Boogeyman Ben. Horror Zone.
Greetings, my fellow fright fiends. It's your buddy Boogeyman Ben here for another episode of Boogeyman Ben's Horror Zone. And this video is a movie review. It's for a fellow YouTuber, David Mcdonough. He asked me to do a review of the movie The Forest. It just happened to be that I had seen the movie The Forest. I don't own the film, but I have watched it. I didn't see it when it was in the theaters the earlier part of 2016. I watched it when it became available on demand. And this was going back a couple weeks. But I've been promising David for a while now that I would do this movie review. So I hope everyone looks forward to my review of The Forest. Please stay tuned. The plot of The Forest deals with the character of Sarah, played by Natalie Dormer. She also plays her twin sister, Jess. And what happens is her sister goes missing in Japan's suicide forest, which is a real place, and she goes there to try to find her sister who's been missing. That's pretty much the basic plot of it. But what's really creepy is that this forest is a real place. And I thought that was like the aspect that kind of hooked me when I first saw the trailer for The Forest. Of course, Natalie Dormer plays both Sarah and Jess Price. You also have Eoin, E-O-I-N, Mackin as Rob. You have Stephanie Vaught as Valerie. And then you have Taylor Kinney as Aiden. The movie was written by Nick Antosca, Sarah Cornwell, and Ben Katai. And the movie was directed by Jason Zada. I actually really enjoyed The Forest. I know a lot of people weren't crazy about it. A lot of people thought it was predictable, and a lot of people weren't happy with the way that the plot, sort of how it played out. I actually really enjoyed it. I think my main motivation for seeing the film was, number one, that it was a real place. I mean, the suicide forest really exists. And then the other was Natalie Dormer, who I was a fan of from Game of Thrones. I think she did a great job of playing both Jess and Sarah as very different characters, and it was believable. The forest is very creepy. There's some elements in it that really creep you out. I love the overall look of the film. I really didn't have a lot of issues with it. There was some predictability about how things would kind of play out, but I like that the whole thing is that the forest is kind of messing with people's minds. I thought that was a really interesting angle. And Sarah, it gets to a point where Sarah doesn't know what's going on. She can't tell the difference between, what's real and what's not. And I thought that was really well done in the film too. I really don't understand the criticism on this film. A lot of people said it was, boring, stupid. Of course, what you hear about most horror films that come out in January. But like I said, I don't think it's a fantastic film. It's not my favorite film of all time, but I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. And it's probably because I went in with I don't really go into these movies with expectations. If I see a trailer and the trailer interests me, I say hopefully the movie will play out. That the trailer sold the movie, and actually it's going to be an interesting and good horror film. And sometimes that works, and sometimes it doesn't. But I've just gotten to a point in my life where I don't listen to other people. I've missed out on some great films because people have ripped them. And this was one that I didn't see in the movie theater. But at the time, there was a lot going on in my life, and I just didn't have time to go see it. But once it came out on Blu-ray, DVD, and on demand, I wanted to check it out. And I really had a good time with it. I don't think it's as scary as it could have been, but there are some images in that film that really stayed with me, and I really think people should give it a chance and judge on their own if they think the film is good or not. If I had to give the film a rating on my scale, I would give this film 3.5 skulls. So yeah, like I said, not the best movie ever, not the scariest movie ever, but I think Natalie Dormer is a fantastic actress. I think her character, and especially the character of Sarah, who is looking for her sister, the desperation that she's going through, and then all the time this sort of menacing forest and what it represents, and the fact that it is a real place, there is really a suicide forest in Japan, that creeps the shit out of me. And I love when they can tell a fictitious narrative around an actual location, that's someplace that really does exist and things have really happened there. And I'm curious what anybody else thinks about the film. I know it's been out for a while, so I'm kind of late to the game on this one, but like I said, I probably wouldn't have done a review on the film if David hadn't asked me to. So David, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this is what you were looking for. And anybody else who have seen The Forest, please share your thoughts in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from everyone. And as always, thanks so much for watching Boogeyman Ben's Horror Zone, and I will talk to you guys later. Take it easy. Stay scared. Peace.